Step one. There we go. Perfect. I believe we are live in all of the right places. It looks like it. Awesome, awesome. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day. If you are joining me live, make sure you say hi down in the comments so that I know that you're here. I'm Sarah from Your Creative Junction, and I am live in the workshop with you. And I'm going to make one of these fall pumpkin planners tonight. I am super excited about it. It's actually a class that we have coming up, but I could not wait. I needed to get mine made. So I've got pieces off to the side here that are just drying under the fan. There's a pesky fly in here, so I'm probably going to swat at it 100 times tonight. But if you're joining me, please say hi so I know you're here. Let me know where you're watching from. And if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I am making every effort to get back going live every single Monday, including today, Labor Day, despite the fact that I'm trying to get my kids ready for school tomorrow. I see lots of eyes. I don't see any comments, so maybe comments aren't working, but thank you so much for being here and spending some time with me tonight. Oh, there they are. Hey, Ashley, how are you? So I have this started because this is a relatively big project. I'm going to bring parts of it into camera. Maybe I should get a picture so you can see what it is that I'm working on, because you won't know what it is until we get it all together. But you're excited for this one? Me too. Me too. I am sick, so hopefully I don't start coughing. And hopefully I can keep my head on straight tonight. No laughing. Hello, Christy. Hey, Maddie. All right. So I'm going to start with, I'm actually going to drop the camera right away and we're going to get started because this is where the action is all going to happen down here. So this is a rustic pumpkin, as you can see. And the back, it's quite large. The back is, move my laptop out of the way. Oh, hey, Bex, thank you. I literally just woke up with it this morning, so I'm hoping it passes super quickly as well. So all of these pieces, I just stained the backs. And I'm actually going to do a new, well, not something that I've done on camera in a while, little technique to create this. So the top of your pumpkin is here. The bottom of your pumpkin is here. We'll add a cute little stem later on that'll get added after. And then on the bottom, what we have is a box, which is what's going to create your planter. And there's a number of pieces that go with this box. So if you're joining us, then you'll be able to create, all of these pieces will be loose, just like you see them today. And you will be able to do whatever it is that you want with them. Paint them, stain them, distress them, leave them natural, whatever you like. We're working with pine, so it's incredibly versatile, and you can create it and make it into whatever you like. So I did the staining on these literally just like half an hour ago so that they would be dry and ready for me to do step 2, because you totally could leave it. This is Padre Brown stain. It's gorgeous. It's very fall-like. So you could do that, or you could do what I'm going to do, which is add a second layer. So I'm going to leave my box for now because I'm really undecided what to do with my box. I'm depending on what this looks like when I get it going, I might leave my box just stained, or I might go on and do this this additional step to the box as well. But I'm going to start here because I think this is going to help me to decide what it is that I'm going to do next. So the nice thing about this is that all of these pieces are separate, so you can work with them separately. I'm actually going to do one at a time for you, and then I'm going to set it off camera in front of the fan so that it dries faster. Hey, Laura. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Marnie. It's nice to see everybody on this holiday Monday. I hope you all had a great long weekend, winding down. I'm going to use my Country Chic. I don't know why it's backwards. In Persimmon. It is a great fall color. Believe you me, I went back and forth. I was going to do this in teal. And I might regret doing it in orange because I don't know. I probably could be talked into teal, but I love my teal. Y'all know that. And I do think that teal is a great fall color as well, especially with a distressed step that I'm going to take here. Hey, Amy. So great to have y'all here. Are you ready for back to school? For those of you that are affected by back to school, are you taking an extra long weekend? Hey, Danielle. So I'm taking my paint and my baby wipe, and I'm going over top of my brown stain. Now, it's going to be hard to see on camera the difference, but there definitely is an orange hue to my my stain that's taking on that color for sure. And again, you can always layer as much or as little as you want to do. So if you wanted just a little bit of the orange or whatever color you were working with, you could totally add that. If you want to layer on more, you layer on more. If you wanted it to be complete, you wanted the stain completely covered, and we're going to come back and distress, you could paint this on. That's always an option as well. So I'm not going to worry about my edges. I'm going to just do my outside edge because that will be visible. And then my fronts, that's all that's going to matter. I did go ahead and stain all sides, front, back, sides, ends, all of it, because my wood does need to be protected, especially if it's going outside. Yes, Ashley, this Friday night is this class. And if you can't make it to class, you can just let me know. I can have one cut for you and ready to go, and you could do it on a drop-in day. Or if you have tools at home, you could just pick it up and make it yourself. That's always an option as well. So if I hold these two up closer, we're making a pumpkin planter, Laura. So if I show you, if I pull that into camera, so this is the back, and eventually the stem will go on here. It is too big for me to put on camera this way. And then on the bottom part down here, we're creating a box, which then you can put whatever you want in it. Faux florals, real florals, lights, whatever you want to do, you can put in there. So as I finish them, I'm taking them off camera and just putting them in front of the fan so that they will dry. It is super adorable. I am loving this one. I don't know. I've got into this space where I want to make big wooden pieces. Last month's 3D barn quilt was also a project that was quite large, and I absolutely loved it. I have some video I'll share with you. I've used a bandsaw before, but many moons ago. And Greg's been helping me here, as you all know. And so we did a little lesson with the bandsaw this weekend so that I could make sure I wasn't going to hurt myself or break blades. So Greg took some video of me bandsawing parts of this pumpkin so that I could make them for the upcoming class, which is super sweet of him to help me that way. Doesn't want to see us. So this is, you can see, do y'all see the difference in that orange? So I'm just putting a light layer on and you still see the brown stain. I didn't want it to scream orange. Yeah, Laura, absolutely. Reach out. We can make sure that you can get a 3D burn quilt. That's no problem. That one also came to life with Greg's help for sure. We were so busy that last week of camp, summer camp for us, and that class was the very next day. And Greg came through and helped with all of that cutting, which normally I would have done because he's back to work full time. But it was a Friday night and he was able to help me. Thank goodness. Yeah, easier to paint in some respects, Marnie. I won't say like it's not without its difficulties. It's definitely a beginner project, so don't let me steer you away. But the pattern only works one way. So you have to be patient with putting all of those puzzle pieces together so that it all works for you. Of course, my battery is going to die on my fan. Steal this one off of here. Yeah, it's I absolutely love the look though. It's gorgeous. So I also really, really love the way that this painting with the baby wipe takes place because it is so much faster. So much faster in getting this paint on here. And I feel like I have much more control. Yes, I can bring them to retreat. We'll have to see whether we have space to do them, Kirk, because retreat is full. So they are a big project. Keep that in mind. They're 27 by 27, but I can certainly bring them with me. We can see whether or not we can fit it in. Makes sense for you, Danielle, because I won't see you otherwise. So speaking of retreat, there are currently a few spaces left for October. We've had some people had to change their calendars. So we do have a few spots in October where last week I probably told you that it was full. So there are a few spaces if October is the only one that works for you. And there's definitely some space left in November as well. So a great opportunity to get together with some friends or some family and get some crafting done. I wouldn't say the whole idea, but a lot of the crafts have been curated specifically so that you could give as gifts. I know that our friends and family like to receive handmade gifts. And so this is a great opportunity for you to get to relax and rest. And at the same time, connect with others, make some new friends, connect with some that you haven't seen in a while. Just get away from it all. But at the same time, create and make some Christmas gifts. Yeah, for sure, Danielle. Definitely. I will have it. I will add it to my list. Well, you can add it to the list when I send out the forms tonight. That way I don't forget, because I oftentimes say, oh, I'll add it. And then I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what it is that I've forgotten. So if you add it to your form, then I know that I won't forget it. This pesky fly. All right. I love this, the way this is coming along. I'm not going to put any orange on my stem. I'm going to leave that without. Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Yeah. Sort of two birds with one stone, so to speak, right? Come and create, make some gifts to give away. All right. I do think, having seen that now, let me bring it all back. Oh, I love this. I got to tell you, that fan is probably one of my most favorite purchases of late because it dries everything so quickly. Ready to go right there. So all of these, this last one probably needs a minute, but with my box coming on the front, sort of like this, I don't know that I'm going to love it with the brown. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the orange on them as well. And then I think later on, I might add some words in black up here. That's kind of my vision. So we'll see how it all comes together. I don't know whether I'll get to the words tonight. Probably not, but definitely going to get this pumpkin put together. So two of these are the bottom of the box, and I don't think I'm going to add the orange to them. One of these is the front, one is the back, and then the two ends, just like that. So, just like that. I think what I'm going to do, just thinking about what's going to be seen, right? When I add my pumpkin, because my pumpkin will stand from here. So I'm definitely going to want to get orange on the tops and on the front and on the back. But I'm not worried about the inside because you're not going to see it. So I'm not going to bother with that. Okay. All right. I have to think about this as I go. I might just put it here and then do each piece carefully. I mean, it doesn't matter. If I get more paint on in places that I didn't need it, well, then that's not a big deal. I just don't want to waste time or paint really at this point, but it's not a whole lot. So I'm not too worried about it. And that way my piece is protected if it ends up outdoors. I don't know where this one will end up. I never know where they're going to go, but do the tops after. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Good idea, Miss Annette. I didn't see you. As always, you're lurking, you're watching, but you're not talking. I'm just joking. I'm giving you a hard time. Did everybody have a good weekend? Have you all had a good summer? That's a great question. Are we ready for fall? Are we sorry that summer is over? It goes so fast. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good, Annette. I'm sorry for the coughing. I'm glad I'm here by myself and there's no one here to catch whatever it is I got. You don't want summer to end? Yeah. I'm ready for cooler temperatures. I've had enough of the heat this summer, I think. I'm ready to get back to be more creative myself. I'm happy for that. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Yeah, can y'all see? You can see that difference. I know you can. You're done with summer too, Ashley? Yeah. Summer or September is like my new year. Maybe let me know if it's for that you as well that way. Sorry, my words are all jumbled today. Like it's a fresh start. Kids go back to school, new grades, new adventures, all of those things. Like, I don't know, September is good. I always like September. And then before you know it, Christmas will be here. Like, not even kidding you. It always flies. The end grain is always a little bit more difficult to do and a little bit messier. So have a fresh wipe on hand so you can like take some off because it's going to take on more of that color. So you can adjust. So that's that one. And that's that one. So I need to do the top of this one. And then I'm going to assemble this box. I'm going to put it together. I'm not going to put the bottom on because that I need the bottom the pumpkin has to go on the bottom. But I am going to get the rest of this put together. 8 days till Christmas, you're told. Well, isn't that interesting? Yep, that makes sense. Yep, like that. And then this guy. What are we most looking forward to this fall? Anybody play fall sports? Hockey? Are we back to hockey? I know there's lots of hockey moms in here, so that's all coming up. Or maybe it's even started already. Your husband has started shopping already? Good for Trent. Way to go. I wish I could be that organized. I really do. Okay, the last thing I need then is gonna be this one lip. I'm trying to keep it all organized so that I know which pieces I gotta do. You're going back to tap dancing? Oh, that's super exciting. I love that for you. That's amazing. Who else here in here taps? Oh, Anne-Marie taps. I don't think Anne-Marie's on tonight, but she's probably enjoying the last minutes of summer break. But Anne-Marie takes tap dancing classes. You haven't done it in 10 years. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. Okay, the box is done. I'm gonna leave my paint and my wipes just in case I need them. They're here. Get off this excess paint because it drives me nuts having it on my fingers and under my nails. Oh, I can't wait to hear more about tap dancing. That's so exciting. I'm very much trying not to cough, but I need to drink water. Hello, Sheila. Oh, bowling. Yes. All those leagues would start again. That's amazing. All right. So I'm going to figure out how we're going to put this box together without the bottom because we don't need the bottom right yet. We will need it eventually, but not just quite yet. So there's that. Oh, I just realized I forgot to stain 2 pieces. I'll have to do it after. The back braces didn't get stained. Beauty. I'm going to grab the wood glue. Hey, Mom. Glad you could join us. Ooh, the Legion. That sounds fun. All right, I know I'm hopping all over the place, but I'm going to get these other 2 pieces stained before I do any assembly because the stain is going to protect it entirely, especially if it's going outdoors. So I don't usually wear gloves, but I'm just keeping things easy for myself tonight. So we'll do the brown stain on these pieces because these are going to be my back braces. This is what's going to keep my pumpkin together as one whole pumpkin. Because remember, it's 5 pieces. So we have to have something that's going to hold it all together. You'll see in a moment when I start to put it together. But I don't want this exposed wood, especially if this is going to end up outdoors. So it's just better. It's best practice, I guess you would say, to make sure that all of your wood has been protected on all sides and all ends so that it's not exposed to the elements in one place and not in others, because then it will could potentially cup, or it could split, or who knows what could happen to it. So just you want to protect it. This that I'm using, I call it a stain. It is a Behr product. I get it at Home Depot. It is tintable, and it is one-step stain and sealer in one. So it's water-based, easy cleanup, doesn't smell, comes in a variety of colors, is reasonably priced, and is easy to apply. You can see my best tip for applying is honestly just a sponge. These are grout sponges, and then I literally just brush it on. That's all I do. Oh, strawberry jam. Yep. They are not enjoying store-bought jam. I'm sorry. I don't know whether Avery's watching. Sometimes she watches on Instagram. But they are not happy with the store-bought jam. Yeah, but I did make those pineapple muffins today, and I noticed that a couple were already missing from the tin before I left the house. So Addison said to me, Mom, I don't like carrots and I don't like pineapple. I don't know what it is, but I sure do like those muffins. So whatever, kiddo. So long as there are some healthier options for snacks. Hopefully we're prepared enough. Tomorrow morning is the big day for them. They both go back tomorrow. So high school for Avery, grade 8 for Addison. We got the uniforms. We got our bus stop all figured out. We got our supplies. We're ready to go. All right, these last 2 pieces, get this done and out of the way, and then we can assemble that box. I'm not being overly careful about drips or fingerprints. That's why I'm going super fast on this one, and I'm not caring that I'm doing all 4 sides at the same time, because this is the back. You're not going to see it. I'm just more concerned that the wood be protected than anything else. So I'm just doing all the bits, making sure it's all covered, and then sliding it on over into the fan. No, Laura, they don't. They're in a different board, so they start school tomorrow. All right, we'll get that off of camera. Get those over there. Get these guys off. And we will start assembling. I'm going to have to steal a battery back. Okay. We're going to do this part first. One on the outside, one on the inside is how this is going to work. So I'm using wood glue and my pin nailer, so that now before I get my head of myself here. Yeah, right like that. I put color on there and I didn't need to. Yeah, Miss Avery's birthday is tomorrow. I don't think she's overly excited that it's first day of school, but she'll get over it. So she will. It has happened before. This isn't the first time that her birthday has been on the first day of school. So, and actually somebody from the school emailed me today wanting to confirm her birthday. And I thought, oh, that's strange. Like, we've done all this paperwork. So I'm suspicious if they're doing something. It's a super small school, so it wouldn't surprise me to find out that they do something for her tomorrow. All right, so thanks, Annette. So I'm going to very carefully, because I don't have any clamps over here, I'm going to very carefully get these put together. And I've got wood glue on there, and then I'm going to use my pin nailer to attach these edges or these pieces, and then I will clean up any spillage. I'm just double checking to make sure that everything's lined up before I fire some pin nails in here, ever so gently. And then we'll do the other side. So when you come to class, you have the option of assembling your own, like I'm doing right now, or having me assemble it for you. Either way is totally fine. Does not matter to me. Some people are really excited to get the opportunity to use a drill or a sander or a pin nailer, and other people have no interest, and that's totally fine. I do these build classes so you have the opportunity to feel like you're actually creating something and building something. Not that you're not always creating, you are always creating, but to also have the opportunity to use some of the tools that you might not necessarily have at home or might not have ever gotten the opportunity to use. So that's why we do this. Potentially and in unconventional ways, but always safe. So, all right. So the last one is off camera. I'm sorry. I've turned it up on its edge so that I can get these last 3 nails in. Perfect. So there is my box all ready to go. I do have a little bit of wood glue seeping out. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up because it doesn't dry clear. So you want to clean it up. We've already done all the staining, so it's not going to affect that, but certainly I don't love the look of that messy glue hanging out on the edges. So we'll get that off of there. Done. So that is my box, and I'm going to set it aside because we're not going to do anything with that white quite yet. We need the bottom. We're going to do the bottom and the box all at the same time. So we're going to do our pumpkin next, which is fully dry. I'm going to put it face up so you can see, and then I'll flip it over. This way. So you likely can't see, oh, maybe you can on camera. Greg went ahead and chamfered all of the edges. So it looks like almost like V-joint basically, but it's totally faux for sure, but it does add to the depth of the project. So the next step is going to be to attach my stem and to attach my back support pieces. So this is what the front will look like this. And then the box will go on this end. So for right now, I'm gonna flip it all over and then get it lined up so that this won't be right, but let's get them all turned backwards first. So we'll get them all done this way. And then now nobody said I was very good at doing puzzles, and I'm not. So this may take a moment. to get all these guys headed in the right direction. There we are. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So this is my back. And I'm just going to make sure that all of my bottoms are lined up. And so that they're straight, because this is going to stand, right? And we want to make sure that it is not wobbly. So you want all of this end to be straight. If you had a straight edge, you could use one. I rely on my eye, and it is pretty good. So that's what I'm going with tonight. I also put my finger on the joint, and I can feel whether or not it's high in any places. So that's why you see me doing that. My stem is going to go here in the center of this back piece, and you decide how high you want it to be. I'm actually going to wrap some raffia or ribbon or something around mine, so I'm going to leave it pretty high. I'm going to put some wood glue on it. And then I will nail it. Eyeball that it's in the center. So that's now attached to my centerpiece. Keeping in mind that my box, not on this side, but on the other side, is going to be here. So the reason I want that there as a guide is because these pieces are going to be across the back. And now you can see why I wanted them stained. I'm not going to worry about the orange. None of the back has orange on it, so I'm not worried about that. The stain is what's going to protect the wood. So I'm going to go ahead and put wood glue, a generous amount, because remember, the pin nails hold it tight, but the wood glue is actually what does a lot of the work. So you want a generous amount without having a ton of squeeze out. But you want to be, you want to get the piece good and covered with wood glue. And wood glue, I can't stress that enough. Like, I get questions a lot about, well, can I just use hot glue? And you can, if you like, but it's not going to work. Hot glue. Hot glue is going to create a space, right? Because it's thick. It's going to create a space between your boards. And hot glue also does not bind to anything that's painted or anything that's stained. So it may appear as though it's holding, but in the long run, it is going to pop apart, and that's not what you want. So always make sure you're using the right adhesive for the project that you've got going on. And what it is that you're doing. Hot glue has its application, but not typically here. The reason I put so many pins in that was because I wanted to hit every one of these boards. Remember, there's 5 boards across here, and this back brace piece needs to be attached to all 5 boards. So I did 2, in some cases 3 pins per board all the way across. And I'm going to repeat that on this one here on the bottom. And because this is just purely structural, you don't have to line it up. I suggest that you evenly space them, remembering that the box is going to provide brace on the front and these 2 are going to provide brace on the back. So if they're evenly spaced, then that just helps to keep it nice and sturdy. Ouch. It's out. I always take my battery off when I'm adding. I don't know if that's overkill or not. I think it's just safety. That way I don't worry about having to have my fingers in the wrong places. So it's just a habit that I've gotten into ever since I started using these to take the battery off when I'm loading more nails or pins or whatever it is I'm doing. And these are so super teeny tiny, you cannot even see them. So even if this was the front side, those disappear. You cannot see them at all. They're itty bitty teeny tiny, 23 gauge. So they're super, super small. So there is my pumpkin. And I'll try and, it's hard to see. There we go. So now you can see what that shape looks like. And the last thing that we need to do, that one is feeling a little loose. See that? We might have to actually put a clamp on that and let that dry. Let me go grab a couple of clamps. Maybe not. I think they're too small. Just get on the edge. Just to hold it for a few minutes so that it doesn't try and come apart. Like I said, it's the glue that's doing the work here, not the nails. It looks like a pumpkin. It sure does. Thanks, Ash. All right. Just slide that out of the way for a moment and take a drink. My throat is so sore. Couple of things just to remind you of too. Do not forget, don't sleep on these ones. These are disappearing in the next week. So last chance to place this order. This is the stacked pumpkins. This is the sunflower, and it comes in this size, which is 10 inches. Also comes in the 16-inch size. So you do need to get these ordered ASAP or they are going to disappear. I don't know. Great minds think alike there, Ashley. Thank you. I don't know whether I mentioned this on a previous live or not. I don't think I did. We are going to work on, the pumpkin does have a stand, Danielle. I just took it off, but it has a stand. I just took it off to bring it on camera, but that's what it looks like. Very difficult to see. So yes, this comes with a stand. One of the things that we are adding as an add-on, which you do not have to make a decision on right away, but will be an option for you if you do decide to get this one, is that we will be adding later on a scarf, buttons, and a hat, so that this becomes a double-sided piece and extends its life on your counter or wherever it is that you're going to put it. It stands 16 inches tall, so it is it's a really nice piece to have out, but it is the perfect shape to turn this into a snowman. So if you were sitting on the fence because you're like, I don't do a whole lot of decorating for fall, this might change your mind, knowing that this one piece is now going to carry you through the winter as well, with the added hat, the scarf, and the buttons, and probably eyes and nose, now that I think of it. Thanks, Ashley, for dropping that there. So the hat, this bundle for the back side will be an add-on for later. I haven't got it designed or anything like that. So it's not available yet, but it will be available. I just want you to know that that's coming, because by the time I get the hat bundle done, this will no longer be available. So I just don't want you to miss out if you were sitting on the fence about this one. Danielle, you cannot, are you talking about the stacked pumpkins, Danielle? Because if you're talking about the stacked pumpkins, you definitely need to pre-order it. It can't go on your retreat. It's a totally separate project. If you're talking about the hat bundle, it's not I don't have a link for you yet. I will, hopefully really, really soon. But I don't have that for you yet. So just keep your eyes peeled for it. Anybody who purchases the stacked pumpkins will get an email on it that says, hey, did you want to add this? It's now available. Just so that you don't miss out, because I know things get lost in email and they get lost in social media. So, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. So I just wanted to let you know that that was coming. Oh, this, in case you haven't noticed, though, that that little stand is has a slight angle on it. So if you put it in, did you see how that happened? So I put it in backwards, and it falls forward. If you put it in the other way, it stands upright. It doesn't fall forward. It's because there is a slight angle on one of those cuts, so that it is in there right. Hey, Jamie Gordon, how are you? Yeah, absolutely. I can bring them to retreat for you, Danielle. Not a problem at all, for sure. So just last look at these before I move on to finishing this other pumpkin. This is disappearing. This set is gone. So as of next week. So if you want yours, you're going to want to get them ordered right away, so that you don't miss out, because this is super, super cute. I am fabulous. I am sick as a dog. I woke up this morning sick, which is not great. But in all honesty, anybody who knows me knew that it was probably coming, because it's been a super busy summer and I've been working 16-hour days, and the sickness comes eventually when I work myself to that extent. So, and plus Avery has got a cold, so it does not shock me that I have woken up sick this morning. Thank you. I hope so too. All right, I'm going to get these out of the way and pull this pumpkin back in. I just realized, I think that the reason that this is rocking and the other one isn't is because I think the chamfer got put on the wrong side. So this board actually has a chamfer on the back. It also has one on the front. I think it was just an error. So I think that's the only reason that actually did that. I'm going to gently flip this over, being mindful of that. And then we're going to get this part on. I'm going to try and get this in a camera as much as I possibly can, making sure that I've got the right pieces in the right place. And I'm a little undecided as to which way. I'm going to play with this for a second, because I might actually want to put the bottom on the box first. So you likely can't see what I'm talking about unless I turn it this way. So the bottom on the box is actually two pieces, and it's actually going to cover this entire space plus this back. This is the pumpkin. So I can, actually, that's what I might do, is get a few nails in here with some wood glue, and then come along and put the bottom of the box on, making sure that my orange is headed in the right direction. So that now that entire bottom, the bottom of the box is all put together. So I think that's what we'll do. I've just talked myself through it. So make sure that I'm putting glue on the right side, because I did put that orange paint. I put the orange paint on the front side so that it would all match. We have so many exciting things coming. I cannot, like, I'm excited to be back live now on Monday nights because I'm going to be able to share all this stuff with you actually live, which is fabulous. Making sure that, so I just had to play around with it, make sure I'm getting it in the right spot because I have orange paint on the front and on the tops. So I want to make sure I get it in the right spot. So then I'm just going to get this all lined up so that, again, so that it's all flat, because these pieces are going to go over top and I want to make sure that they're flush. So we'll do this on there. And then we'll, we actually probably we could use a couple of clamps here to help us out. Keep it all where I want it to be. It's such a big project, so it's hard to keep it all in camera. I'm glad I checked that because I just noticed that we're not quite centered left to right either. So I just want to, it's always better to just double check before you get the nails in. And the nice part about doing this in class is that whether you come with someone or not, there's always an extra set of hands to help you and an extra set of eyes to say, hey, that doesn't look right to me. Is that the way that's supposed to be? It's absolutely fabulous. It's the best part about coming to a class. All right, we'll get a few of these in here. Try to anyway. I might have to screw from the back. All right, I'm going to, that's a great idea, Greg. I'm glad you're watching. Just put a screw or put a pin in, square one edge, put a pin in, and then square the other edge. That's a great idea. Now, you could also, I'm just going to do this around the clamps for right now. You could also come in from the backside with some screws, and so that they would come through the back of your pumpkin and into your the box, so that could keep it nice and tight as well. So that's always an option. So I'm going to loosen these clamps and just to get the end boards on, so that then it is complete. I am rushing this a little bit. If I were doing this in class, I'd probably leave a little bit more time so that glue had some time to set up before I moved on to the next step. But in the interest of what it is that we're doing here, I'm gonna just keep moving. I'm gonna get wood glue all over the bottom. These out of the way. We've got a pretty good lineup for you. Have you seen the September schedule, or are you waiting for October to start crafting? It's always interesting for me to know if we're crafting September or October. Because once October hits, it seems like it's full steam ahead. Everybody's crafting and everybody's asking for Christmas come October. All right, we're covered in glue. And I'm going to do the bottom one first. Make sure it's not the one that has my stain on it, my orange. Yeah. Definitely, in this case, a second set of hands would come in handy to keep it all together. Make sure it's going in the right direction. So many fun things in September. I know. I'm stoked about all of them. It's hard to choose a favorite, that's for sure. I can stand it up on the bottom boards, Annette. That's what I'm going to do at the end. But I have to nail it from the bottom. So once it's all nailed, then I'll stand it up. For sure. It's just getting that first one on and flush. Because if your first one's not flush, then your second one won't be either. Whoops, I'm hitting the camera. Sorry about that. So now, because I have that other one on, I can go ahead and add some more. So perfect for your porch. I totally agree. Be perfect for anybody's porch. I'm going to leave this. So what I'm doing is I'm nailing. There's no sense to nail in the middle because there's nothing to nail to. So I'm nailing all the way around the outside edge. And then I will stand it up for you so you can see. Oh, yes, that's a great tip, Laura. Even if you were making this one on your own at home, having the thickness of a board under there would be perfect. Great idea. That's what I love about all you. There we go. It is all done. I'm going to gently stand this up and I will change the camera angle so you can see what we got going on here because our pumpkin is finished. Well, finished and ready for embellishments. I'm not going to get it all in. There you go. She's a big pumpkin. So maybe I can set it on the chairs. And then I can stand here and talk to you about it. I'm trying to be ginger because I know that glue is not dry. That's better. You see that better? Yeah, that's better. So when you come to class and make this pumpkin, that's what you will be doing. You will have the option to add some words up top, add some embellishments around your stem, but we won't be filling the boxes. I could offer fill, but it's expensive. And I'm trying to keep these projects as reasonably priced as possible. You likely have some green floral foam at home. You likely have some lights or some green or some leaves from your yard, even anything to fill that so that you could do that on your own budget with your own resources. This class is all about learning how to build this box and stain it and paint it and put it together, and then putting some words here on top if you want to. I do think I'm going to add some I'm not going to do that today. Probably not for a day or so. Let this stain set, and then I'll put something up top. And then I think I'm just going to put some plain raffia along the top. But we'll see. It is super cute. The height on it, I want to say is 32 inches, maybe not. Let me grab a measure tape. I should know this, but yeah, from stem to bottom, you're at about 30 inches. So it is super cute. You signed up for the class, Laura? Awesome. Oh, I miss crafting with you too, Danielle. I certainly do. I can't wait for a retreat. It does. It looks super cute. I'm in love with this project and I can't wait. I will get it all styled and get some words on it. And then I'll take a picture of it for you. And of course, there'll be pictures from Friday night's class. If you're unable to make it to Friday night's class and you'd like to make this one, you just need to let me know and we'll have it all cut and ready for you. And you can do it at a drop-in day. That way there's someone here to help you put it together. Or if you have the means to put it together at home and you'd just like to buy the pieces and do it, we can do that as well. Either or is totally up to you. But of course, we would love to see you in class because it's so much fun. So that's it for me tonight. I'm going to sign off and walk away from this mess and go and rest. I think I've talked for too long and I'm about to head into a coughing fit. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you as always. And the plan is to go live every Monday night and have a new project for you or something, some tip or something for you to share, especially as we move into this busy crafting season. So look out for those and set your alarms and plan to join me. If you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up button and hit the share button so that your friends and family know what it is that you like to do and so that they can get exposed to what it is we do here as well. And on that note, I will bid you farewell. Have a great week, everybody, and good luck with back to school for everyone. And we will see you next week. Bye.